everyone, hope you're okay. Today I am doing a Q&A. I have not done a Q&A video for so long and I really enjoy doing them. They're always one of my favourite videos to film. So I thought to kind of get myself back into YouTube because my inspiration has literally been like zero for making new videos. I thought this would be a good video to kind of get me back into the swing of things. I don't know what that was all about, but yeah, so I'm going to do a Q&A today. I asked some questions, well, you guys asked me some questions on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm going to do what I usually tend to do, which is answer about 10 minutes worth, so I'm not here for too long. Right, we're off, and I'm going to head over to Instagram and we're going to answer questions from there first, and then I think I'll do what I usually do and answer Twitter ones last. So go out. Okay, so the first one is, where is the best place to go while in New York? This is really hard because I love a lot of New York, but I think one of the places that I really like and is one of my favourite places that I've been is just Central Park. I just think it's really nice and chilled. We spent a really nice chilled afternoon there when we went in September, and you have to go to I can never say what it's like, the Bertha, I said that completely wrong, terrace where Chuck and Blair got married, and got to go, Google that and go find it. If you're a Gossip Girl fan, you have to go. Other than that, I have now obviously very biased, but I absolutely love Brooklyn Bridge Park, which is over the Brooklyn Bridge. That's obviously when me and Henry got engaged, and it's just got the most amazing view of New York. So those are probably my top two places to go to. What's your favourite movie? It has to be Mean Girls. I think that's always going to be my favourite film, definitely. How many hours a week do you dedicate to blogging / YouTube to do as well as you are? Love your channel and Instagram, by the way. Thank you very much. And I obviously do blogging and YouTube full time, so it's kind of like cheating a little bit. But I guess kind of full time, I probably spend about 8 to 10 hours a day maybe on like blogging and YouTube stuff. When I worked full-time at another job, I literally would just dedicate all my weekend to blogging and YouTube. So it's kind of hard to say an exact amount of time. I think it varies on different people. You could spend 2 hours on a blog and it'd be really amazing, or you could spend like 24 hours on a blog and it wouldn't do that well. I think it just kind of depends on the content that you're doing. But I think just spend as much time as you want to and don't pressure yourself to spend a lot of time on it. So the next one is, if you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? That's actually a really good question. There's a lot of different places that I think I would like to go. I'd really like to go to somewhere like the Maldives. I think that looks absolutely amazing. But I really want to do like the west coast of America. So I'd like to go to LA, and I'd like to go back to Vegas. But I think probably top of my list at the moment, I really want to go to LA and kind of do that, and then also kind of go to like Disneyland that's there and Universal, and I just think it looks amazing. So yes, that's probably top of my list at the moment, and I think I've been watching too much of 90210 lately. The next one is, do you like Pillow Talk by Zayn Malik, which is his latest song? And I don't actually. I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't. It's just not my kind of music. I did listen to it and I was just like, it's just, you know, it's alright, but it's not really my kind of genre of music. So I'm not really the biggest fan. But that's okay. Not everyone can like the same song. Next one is, what made you start YouTube? I started YouTube because I had a blog already and I felt like it was a good transition. I've always loved talking, and I thought that because I've been watching a lot of other like beauty YouTubers, that it would be a good thing to do for my blog as like an extension. And I just kind of thought it would be fun. I've always loved doing this kind of thing. So that was kind of why, really. I just thought it'd be something fun to do whilst I was at university. And Henry actually bought me a camcorder in the Christmas before I actually started making videos. So I got this camcorder for Christmas, and then every single month I'd record a video, and I hated it. I hated the way that I looked, I hated the way I sounded, so I refused to put those videos online. It wasn't until August that year, so I'd recorded like 7 or 8 videos that I absolutely hated, that I finally got the courage to just put up a video, and I was just like, sod it. I want to do this, and I just kind of got over it and started wearing my retainer. So yeah, so it did take me a little while to get the courage, but I just thought it'd be something really fun to do, which it definitely is. Next up is, which Disney princess do you think you're most like? And if there was going to be a movie about your life, which actress would play you? Disney princess wise, I would like to think Belle. I think probably kind of looks wise. I think we both have similar personalities as well. I'm trying to think of all the other Disney princesses, but I don't know, I'll probably say that. And then actress, that's really tough because I can never think of actresses off the top of my head. I'm not sure actually. I don't know who I would have to play me. It would have to be someone obviously a little bit dizzy. I don't know, I'll think about it and maybe try and think of a better answer. The next one is, which season from Gossip Girl is your favourite? I think season 2 is my favourite season. I absolutely love the beginning of that season when they're all in the Hamptons and it's really summery and Blair wears this amazing white dress with a bow. I don't know why, but I'm just obsessed with those episodes. And they're still at school. I really loved it when they were still at school. I didn't really like it as much when they kind of grew up. And everything was a little less complicated, and also the season 2 finale, if I remember correctly, is like the best Gossip Girl finale ever. Yeah, I think season 2. I also quite liked the final season. I felt like that was a good season and kind of everything got wrapped up really nicely. But yeah, I think season 2 is probably my ultimate favorite. The next one is, what do you find the hardest thing about being a full-time YouTuber and the nicest? I think the hardest thing is motivating yourself, because you have suddenly a different mindset about videos. It's not just that you're doing it as a hobby, it's your job. So you kind of want all your videos to do well, and you kind of spend more time into them, if that makes sense. So it can be a little bit disheartening when they don't do very well, or you lose subscribers. But what I've kind of learned is to not think too much about that kind of stuff, because I was totally overthinking it. And I felt like that was kind of just ruining the whole kind of experience for me. I think the nicest thing is that you're able to do this as a job. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I mean, I've had some shitty jobs, and I've had to work for managers that I've not liked. You have to get up at the crack of dawn. You have to I've had a job where I've had to literally go and buy 10 lady pads for an old lady who'd wet herself in my personal shopper suite. So I've had definitely some very strange jobs. And I think I'm very lucky to do this as a full-time job, and I think that has to be the nicest thing. The next one is, hey Cora, you always seem so happy. I'm wondering if there's anything that really bugs you. What's your one pet peeve? Mine's when people chew loudly. I definitely don't like it when people chew loudly. People eating does make me annoyed for some reason. What annoys me? I get really annoyed, at the moment, this is probably my #1 pet peeve, is people who take the mick, which is a bit of a weird, I don't know how to describe it. Basically, things that have annoyed me at the moment is when people are, I don't like fake people. That's probably my #1 pet peeve. I really don't like it when someone is two-faced, so they will bitch about someone behind someone else's back, but then be like their best friend on social media or in real life. I just don't like that, because I'm just like, if you want to bitch about someone or you don't like someone, just don't like them. Don't be their mate as well. I think it's very, very fake, and I really, really don't like that. I also don't like it when people suck up to people. You see a lot of it in the YouTube and blogging world, that people will suck up to bigger people because they obviously want to be liked by them and maybe hope that their videos and blogs will get more views. And it's you can just see through whenever that happens. It's just like someone because they're a nice person, not because of how many followers they've got. I think that's totally irrelevant to someone's personality. And a lot of stuff like that has just recently been really, really annoying me. I just think you can read through it completely, and I don't like that at all. I don't like people who are just literally always out for a freebie. It just really puts me off. I guess that's kind of greediness. Really, really don't like that at all. I don't like it when people don't have any manners. That really annoys me. I don't like it when people don't use their indicators on the car because they're there for a reason. There's a lot of stuff that annoys me in life, to be honest, but I'd probably say those personality traits are the things at the moment that are probably the things that I rant about the most, that I see online and real life, and it just makes me angry. I just don't like that at all. Just be a nice person. Okay, so now I'm going to go across to Twitter and just quickly answer a couple of questions from Twitter, because I think I've probably definitely gone over the 10-minute mark. Okay, would you rather see into your future or see into your past? That's a really good question. I think I'd maybe like to have a little peek into the future to just see if everything's going to turn out okay, because something that I always annoy myself with is that I always worry about certain things. So like whenever I go on holiday, I worry like, is the plane going to crash? Is this going to happen? And I think if I actually knew everything was going to be okay, I wouldn't worry so much and I would actually let myself enjoy it. So I think if I maybe looked into the future and saw everything, I mean, I don't know, I'd look into the future and everything could not be okay, and then I'd be like, oh bugger, what happened there? But then I don't know, I think sometimes you just have to let things be, and I always think everything happens for a reason, like even bad stuff happens for a reason. So I'm not sure if I would, but I guess it would be quite nice to kind of see, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it like right now. Okay, so the final question that I'm going to answer is, would you ever get another dog? And me and Henry would absolutely love to get another dog. We would love to get another dog for Frankie, because I think he would absolutely love it. He is such a people person, and I think he would really like having some company because he's a little bit of a needy dog. We would love to have a brown cockapoo, which is a bit smaller than Frank, but I also really want to, when it actually comes to it, we're not ready to get another dog just yet, but I think maybe in a couple of years time I'd also quite like to look at rescue shelters, and I think it would be nice to maybe give a dog who has had a terrible time a new home, because I think they could have a new loving home with us. Obviously they have to get on with Frank and stuff, but yeah, I would really like to look at kind of the adoption shelters and see if there's any rescue dogs, and then obviously if that doesn't work out, we'd move route. But yeah, we would definitely love to have another dog. I think I always say that if I won the lottery, I would buy like a massive house with a massive field, and I would just adopt loads and loads and loads of dogs, because it makes me sad when they're in the kennels and they've obviously not had a not very nice upbringing, because I don't know how anyone can not be nice to a dog. So yeah, so that is my Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. It always goes so quickly. I've probably gone way over the 10 minutes like I always do. But thanks for asking the questions on Instagram and Twitter. I always really appreciate it when you ask me questions, so I don't feel too much like a Billy No Mates. I noticed there was quite a lot of blogging questions, so let me know if you'd maybe like me to do like a blogging and YouTube Q&A. I did like something like that kind of on my blog recently, but let me know if you would like a video of like more in-depth kind of questions and answers about maybe like blog photos and stuff like that. Let me know and I can do that, because I did notice there was quite a few kind of blogging questions. But I am going to go now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you very soon on Sunday hopefully for my next video.